this is Last of the Summer Wine, a simple enough tune, so we'll start with the tune. Starts with a little intro, so if you play C in the left hand, and then G, E, and then C again, and A, F, that gives you the intro that's played on the guitar in the original recording. And actually that, on the original recording, runs pretty much through the whole song, which is why the harmonies for the first section of the tune might sound a little bit clashing, because it's basically over a pedal with two chord changes, and the pedal just means a held note, the C in this case. But here's the tune. Starts. This is in C major. Starts with a G. And if you want, you can add a little link passage there. That's just a part of D minor to G, and then the tune repeats, and the only difference is the last two notes. Instead of going at the end, it goes to finish it off. So here's the whole tune once more, very slowly. So that's the A section. The B section is played in thirds, so in harmony, and it's thirds right until the very end of the B section. So the main tune starts on an A and it's got an F underneath it. So that's in F major, or starting on the chord of F, I should say. And then we switch to F minor, so we end up with A flats and B flats. Again, all that's in thirds. Then we switch to playing in sixths for one note. And you just walk down the scale to an octave G. You can put the B in as well, it makes it sound fatter. So the whole of the B section again. And then back to the A section. Obviously you can add little other passages too if you want to. You can go back to the opening between sections if you want. So that's the right hand. The left hand is quite straightforward. Obviously for the intro, I'll just get a bit closer. For the intro, it's just a held C. first part of the tune, what I've done is I keep the C, and I either have a chord of C above it or a chord of F above it. So the C is obviously in the same C row as the bass note, and instead of changing fingers for the C, if you keep the same finger and just use your little finger for the F chord. So it's either C bass, C chord, or C bass, F chord. And that's for the first part of the tune that I do that. I think that if you stick with that too long, it starts casting too much doubt about the right harmonies. So for the first 8 bars I play that way around, and then I play the chords as they stand. So if I do it with the tune, I'm holding the bass down and playing 2 chords actually. Can't really hear the articulation of the 2 chords because the bass note's so dominant, but it just gives a nice little throb, and then you would switch to F after that. And you stay on the F chord even though the right hand is effectively playing in G major, you're playing an F chord. It gives a really nice warmth to it. And then back to the C. Stay on C. Then to F. Stay on F even though it's a G chord. And that is the original harmony. It sounds harsher on an accordion than it does in the original because it's just a guitar. But that clash there is right. And then you can play just a D bass and a G bass, and then back to C. And at this time for the tune, I actually move the harmonies with the implied harmonies from the melody. C, F, up to G, back to C, stay on C, down to F. Now, although it's an F chord, the right hand is playing a D minor chord, so you can either think of it as F6 or D minor 7 depending on your tastes, but it's nicer that way than playing a D minor chord. So again, it's still an F chord. And then move to a real G chord. Back to C. So once more, from the beginning, C. Then F over C. F over C. C. Stay on C. F over C. Still F over C. C. D bass. G bass. C. Sorry, C. F, G, C, C, F, G. That's the A section. The B section is straight chords. We'll start with F to C to G to C, F minor, and then walk down to E flat major, back to F minor, walk up to G. Sometimes I like to prepare for the F minor. I feel I need to have my hand a little further down so I'm not reaching out of shape. So that at the start of the second section I'll just shift my hand a fraction of an inch down to cope with the change. So we're in F major to C to G to C, F minor this time, that's one button back. And while that's doing that, I feel down for the E flat, hop back for the F minor, hop up to the G, G7 or G major, it's up to you, and then back to the beginning. And then this time it's up to you which version of the beginning you do, whether it's the or whether it's so it's a nice little tune, there's plenty of room. I recommend you listen to the original recording because it's got lots of moving parts that I haven't put in here because it makes it much more complicated. I hope that's some use.